Hey everybody, welcome to Black Spring on this Tuesday evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Come on in. And yes, it is Tuesday. Thank you for joining me on this segment. And this will be a brief stream. Everybody's doing well. Let's see. And we do have a quote for the beginning of this stream. And of course, the stream would come from none other than On Tyranny. And that is from Timothy Snyder's On Tyranny. And we'll take a look at a lesson that we have had a look at before. And that's the first lesson that I normally start out with number 8. But I think we'll go back a bit. Hope everybody's doing well on today. Let's see. So as you're coming in, if you could please hit the like, the subscribe, or the share button. Let's see. So we'll take our first lesson today from Tim Snyder's On Tyranny. And it will start with lesson number 2 on this evening's Black Spring Live. It's entitled Defend Institutions. It is institutions that help us to preserve decency. They need our help as well. Do not speak of, quote, our institutions, end quote, unless you make them yours by acting on their behalf. Institutions do not protect themselves. They fall one after the other unless each is defended from the beginning. So choose an institute you care about, a court, a newspaper, a law, a labor union, and take its side. So yes, that comes from On Tyranny, and that is Timothy Snyder's On Tyranny. So I know many of you are coming from many different places, and including many different places from around the world, but of course we all share similar social constructs, and we do have some drastic measures and drastic, because we can call them draconian measures that are more apparent. And so we'll start out with a little bit of music to start off this stream. Thanks so much for tuning into this segment. If you are listening, it's DJ Vision Barnett. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. What's on your mind tonight, DJ? Just doing a few lessons on tyranny, kicking off this stream. It's going to be a short one, but you can always learn a lot in a short amount of time. You can share a lot. Let's see. You said I'm here and back in action. Does that mean you're at work? So just hang on just 1 second. I'll go to a previous lesson that we've looked at. Okay, so lesson number 1, which is pretty important lesson, and maybe we might pick this one apart just a little bit. But of course, lessons, this comes from the lessons of the 20th century, is the inspiration from this book. So of course you have of course many references to, of course, World War I and World War II in these lessons, which those are some of the most infamous and some of the biggest, empire or failures in democracy. So I'll start with lesson number 1, which is entitled "Do Not Obey in Advance." Most of the power of authoritarianism is freely given. In times like these, individuals think ahead about what a more repressive government will want, and then offer themselves without being asked. A citizen who adapts in this way is teaching power what it can do. So we've talked about this in a previous videos. Something that this lesson starts out, it talks about anticipatory obedience is a political tragedy. And unfortunately, I think we've seen many examples of anticipatory obedience. And that means, to me, in times like these, it means zero resistance or little opposition, when clearly civil liberties are under attack, and freedoms are definitely under attack, direct attack. So I'll read just a bit of this to give you a little bit of landscape. And this talks about anticipatory obedience is a political tragedy. Perhaps rulers did not initially know that citizens were willing to compromise this value or that principle. Perhaps a new regime did not at first have the direct means of influencing citizens one way or another. After the German elections of 1932, which permitted Adolf Hitler to form a government, or the Czechoslovak elections of 1946, where communists were victorious, the next crucial step was anticipatory obedience, because enough people in both cases voluntarily extended their services to new leaders. Nazis and communists alike realized that they could move quickly towards a full regime change. The first heedless acts of conformity could not then be reversed. So there's a lot in that. There's a lot in that whole thesis, if you will. And of course, I think you can see a lot of examples of that today. It seems like, most of the Americans of today are a lot more, can I say, docile, and I will say even demoralized in many ways, because of all the, I think because of all the propaganda, all of the progressives, the ideology, they don't actually believe in facts. It's the postmodernism that makes people hate their nationality versus celebrate or embrace their nationalities, or even they'll even deny history. They don't believe in facts, but they kind of shoot themselves in the foot when they use it against you. They just kind of destroy their own argument right away. But this is just about voluntary. I think this is generally just concerning voluntary or anticipatory obedience. When a party can anticipate, or when a group of people, or when an institution anticipates that people will go along and will not give them any resistance, they take advantage of it. And once it's done, once you pass a stronghold once you test your stronghold and they give in, or you realize you size them up. I think we've been sized up, or we're probably being sized up at this point. So it's really given them a bird's eye view as to what will be tolerated or what's to come. So let's see. I'm having a little bit of a tech. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, so we have. Let's see. So I think after, many of these are examples of course, tyrannical dictators, and basically their path to achieve that. I mean, I think they were taken by surprise to know what the people would, what people would forego, or what people would allow themselves to, what people would accept, and who would put up a fight, who would resist. Let's see, so that's actually lesson number 1. But there are many lessons to be learned from history, and unfortunately, many people don't learn. Not only do they not learn from history, they don't know enough history to recognize it when they see it. So it becomes, or patriots or others who end up standing up, and then the same people that are closetly, or they want the same things, they'll be happy to stand behind you and criticize you, but once the battle is won, they're going to sleep under the same comforts that you fought hard to achieve. And I find out that's not quite, that those aren't standout Americans, or those aren't standout individuals. You have many that just want to sit on the sidelines and complain and think that they're actually making a difference. Just opposing, just by thinking they're hurting somebody else. So it's just a very interesting climate that we are in. And people are starving for truth and for answers, is what I can say without a doubt. So DJ, if you're still here, I'm actually not going to run this stream as long. I actually need to do some other work. I will probably just pick back up tomorrow, but I'll probably run it a couple more minutes, and then let's see. Okay, so recently played. Let's see. Thank you so much for joining me on this segment of Black Spring. In fact, there may be a test coming through here shortly, because I'm testing 2 different platforms. So I'm going to try to run a simulcast. Well, I'm trying to. I have some updates, but I didn't do a video today. Somehow I got overwhelmed and didn't get things done. But I have more work to do on DLive, and just a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get another. I think I have to figure all the things out on DLive. Because I've been using StreamYard and YouTube, but DLive is a little bit different. So I'll probably test it out and see if I can't get it to come, a simulcast to come through. See what that looks like. Hi, Banging Gears. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, this is going to be, I want to test another channel is what I want to do. See what happens. How are you doing out there? Banging gears. Is it a work night for you? Okay. So here's the deal, guys. I'm probably going to do a test, and you may see the stream on another platform, but I don't know if it's going to come through, if I'm going to be able to get the simulcast to work. But thank you so much for coming in. I'm hanging around the banging gears. Just trying to get some other things going on this from the channel, from between two channels. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett and Banging Gears. You guys can remember to hit the like button. I will definitely be starting up fresh tomorrow. Today has been a little bit crazy. Felt like a Monday. Let's see. It really did. Let me see. You guys still on lockdown? I mean, like, are you guys opening back up Banging Gears? Hi, Killer Whale. About to. One of the only is a Killer Whale. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long day, and let me see what's actually going on. How's it looking, DJ? Okay, looks like I have 3 people in this watching. Let's see, the state is still in lockdown. I do what I want. I have a free get out of jail card. I have a jail free card. Nice, Banging Gears. Nice. Okay, so I'm extending. I'm gonna go 1 minute and a half. If you guys could hit the like button or just hit the like or the unlike button, just for stats. Oh, by the way, don't forget to tune in and check your community page, which you'll start to see some other announcements there. I will be putting my DLive hanger in the community tab, as well as some other things that I'm trying to roll out here. Okay, Killer Whale, how's it going in your neck of the woods? I assume you guys knew each other pretty well in here. So DJ, does that mean are you working right now or are you off? Wow. Wow, you've really been there. All right, guys. So I've already gone like a little past what I was going to do, but I'm just going to do a little bit of a check. So you're off tomorrow, 2:30 to 9 p.m.-ish. Cool. So you're back to your regular grind, huh? Okay, let me see. All right, guys. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming in on this stream. I may have a test between the two channels here in just a little bit. But thanks so much for coming in. Shout out to Killer Whale Channels, aka Patrick Jane Forums, Theology Forums, Killer Whale Channels, Banging Gears, and yes, DJ Vision Barnett. Thanks so much, guys. I'm sure I'll be back. Oh, nice. My pay increase as well. Excellent. Good for you. I will very much see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.